testing teams for the Pro Tour, plus what I'm doing to prepare for Pro Tour Kaladesh, Hawaii, October. Welcome in, much love, Trav here. I'm doing this to share with you the experience of testing with the team or getting a team or how it works for the Pro Tour. Also for those of you who qualify or ever qualify, what to expect, and for me to help me articulate what I'm doing and network with other people who are going to this event. So the first thing to consider is when you're qualified for the Pro Tour, there's a lot to do alone as far as metagaming, figuring out what people are going to play, as far as figuring out the best list for every deck, figuring out each matchup, figuring out the best draft archetypes, figuring out the pick orders, figuring out the features of the draft format, the metagame, etc. It's just so much to do for one person that people will generally team up into these teams of 10, 8, 12, sometimes blowing up to 18 people teams. And if you're on one of these teams, then a lot of the work gets done for you. Obviously you have to contribute, but it makes things a lot easier. So if you're on one of these teams, that's great. If you're not on one of these teams, then you have to compete with them. And you think about it now at the Pro Tour, you're trying to get at least top 25 out of 400-ish. But there might be 40 to 60 people on these super teams, so you have to beat them. And the tough thing is it's hard to get on one of these teams if you're just getting onto the Pro Tour, or people don't know you, or there's question marks about you, or if you even have good friends that are good, they can't even necessarily invite you onto their team, because usually what these teams will do is, in order to add someone, because they have so many, they have to put it to vote and vote someone in, like reverse Survivor. So it can be tough when you're just getting on the tour. So here's what you can do, and yeah, I mean, in order to get voted on, you probably need to put up some big ass results. So here's what you can do in order to give yourself the best chance. This is what I'm doing, what I believe, because I'm working with the mastermind and I'm YouTubing. It's hard for me to seal up everything. But these teams have to seal up all the information. They can't share anything outside of the team. Perhaps they can share general features of the metagame and draft, but they can't share any lists or anything like that. So they're really limited to 18 people, but 18 people who are very good and are going to work and are going to show up a week early and to test. But if you're not on one of these teams and you're able to talk to more than 18 people, you have an advantage there. There's an edge, right? And the reason is that for a tournament like this, there's less to be afraid about actual leaking if you're an individual, and more to be gained from gathering information. So basically, if you're not on one of these teams, you just share a lot and you learn a lot. You don't even need to share your exact Pro Tour deck list, or maybe you do. But trading information, it seems like you should generally be worrying less about leaks and worrying more about not getting enough of the right information. So my plan is to just talk to as many RPTQ winners and GP top 8ers that I can who are not on super teams. If you're one of these people, reach out to me, message me here on Facebook, on Snapchat, email me, whatever, we'll talk. We could share a list, we don't have to, but I also want to talk about how we see the format going. We can help each other. My goal is to talk to more than 18 people, not leak people's deck lists around, but just figure out what's going on, basically, because you don't want to be off in the metagame. That can fuck you over. So, and then from there, say I'm in the top 25, and then I'm qualified for Pro Tours, and the Pro Tours, at that point I start to have the options of perhaps more teams for the next event. So it becomes, it's tough the first one, but it can get easier. And yeah, there's other things you can do is just prepare. Sometimes we see people succeed just preparing with their one brother, preparing on Magic Online. You can also see people stream everything and YouTube everything, or just write a bunch of articles or read a bunch of articles. But you also see people show up just totally unprepared. And that's the vast majority of the field who aren't on teams or don't have plans for being on teams. So that is what I'm going to do, and those are some other options. I'm also going to do something like I'm gonna print out the new set and post it on my wall so I can just learn all the cards that way faster. You know, wake up in the morning and there's the blue comments, you know, go to sleep at night, there's the white comments. Right, figure it out real fast. Local drafts are a big thing. Just if I can talk to more than 18 people, then I'll have an edge on the super teams, I think. So reach out to me, let me know what you think. I'll be making videos about the format, and you're welcome to help. I will not be sharing my exact list, but I'll be working on a gauntlet list and stuff like that, probably semi-publicly. So stay tuned for more fun, cool stuff, and talk to me, especially if you're queued for the Pro Tour. Let's talk. Take care. Speak with you soon. Have an amazing one. Much love. And speak soon.